The security housing unit at Pelican Bay State Prison sits at the far northern edge of California, near the Oregon border. It is designed for long-term solitary confinement. Prisoners are held in concrete cells for roughly 22 to 24 hours a day. Windows face concrete walls. Doors are solid steel. Human contact is limited, controlled, and often silent. The SHU is intended to isolate, suppress, and neutralize influence inside the prison system. Inside this environment, there are no traditional prison jobs. There are no yard crews, kitchen details, or paid assignments. Inmates in the SHU do not earn wages. They do not move freely. They do not gather. Their days are repetitive and stripped of variation. The system is built to reduce identity to a number and a cell. If stories like this matter to you, consider subscribing, because what happens next reveals how this system truly works. Despite this design, an informal economy develops. It does not revolve around labor or physical goods in the usual sense. It revolves around creativity. Specifically, it revolves around artwork. Drawings, paintings, and handmade designs emerge from cells built to eliminate expression. Over time, art becomes currency. This economy is not planned by administrators. It is not authorized. It develops quietly, cell by cell, tier by tier. It grows because people inside the SHU have almost nothing else to trade. They cannot offer labor. They cannot offer movement. What they can offer is skill. Art inside the SHU begins with scarcity. Officially, prisoners are allowed limited personal property. This may include paper, pencils, pens, and occasionally art supplies purchased through the canteen, if permitted. Access varies by policy changes, security level, and disciplinary status. Many supplies are restricted or tightly rationed. Colored pencils, ink pens, and paint are often prohibited or heavily controlled. As a result, inmates improvise. They use what is available. Pencil stubs are preserved and sharpened carefully. Ink is extracted from pens or created from crushed materials mixed with water or soap. Brushes are fashioned from hair, cloth fibers, or threads tied to small sticks. Surfaces include envelopes, legal paper, cardboard from food packaging, and the backs of official forms. Every material has value. Nothing is wasted. A single sheet of clean paper is treated as a resource. An unused envelope can become a canvas. Art is produced slowly, often over weeks or months, because time is the only abundant resource. The subject matter varies, but patterns emerge. Portraits are common. Religious imagery appears frequently. Landscapes and wildlife scenes reflect places the artists cannot see. Some works depict cultural symbols tied to identity and heritage. Others show abstract patterns built from repetition and precision. The detail is often extreme. Lines are dense. Shading is meticulous. The work reflects both patience and confinement. In the SHU, art is not created primarily for personal fulfillment. It is created to be exchanged. A skilled artist gains leverage. That leverage can be converted into goods, services, or protection. This is how the artwork economy functions. Movement between cells is restricted, but not impossible. Inmates communicate through vent systems, plumbing lines, and carefully timed interactions during meal delivery or escort procedures. Objects move using string lines lowered from tier to tier. This method, often called fishing, allows items to pass between cells without direct contact. Paper rolls, small drawings, and messages are tied, lowered, and retrieved. Artwork travels this way. A drawing created in one cell can reach another cell in the same unit. From there, it can move further through intermediaries. Not every inmate participates. Those who do understand the risk. Possessing unauthorized items can result in discipline. Despite this, the practice continues. The value of a piece depends on skill, reputation, and demand. A realistic portrait may carry more value than a simple sketch. A custom piece requested by another inmate or an outside contact holds higher worth. Some artists specialize. Others work only on commission. Payment inside the SHU does not involve cash. It involves trade. Common forms of payment include food items, hygiene products, stamps, or access to information. In some cases, artwork is exchanged for favors, such as assistance with legal research or communication with family members. The economy adapts to what is available. Outside the prison, the artwork takes on a different role. Family members receive drawings through approved mail channels. Some families sell or display the art. Others use it to raise money for legal expenses. In certain cases, artwork produced in the SHU reaches collectors, activists, or advocacy groups interested in prison conditions. This external circulation increases the artwork's value inside. An inmate known to have outside buyers gains status. That status can translate into protection or reduced harassment from others. In an environment where physical separation is enforced, reputation still matters. Administrators are aware of inmate artwork. Policies fluctuate. At times, art programs are permitted under supervision. At other times, they are curtailed due to concerns about contraband, coded messages, or gang communication. Crackdowns occur. Supplies are confiscated. Finished pieces are sometimes destroyed. Each crackdown temporarily disrupts the economy. It does not eliminate it. Artists adapt. They change materials. They simplify designs. They hide work in legal papers or books. The incentive remains. Art is one of the few ways to exert agency. The contradiction is structural. The SHU is designed to eliminate social influence. Yet the artwork economy creates networks. These networks are not physical gatherings. They are exchanges of value, information, and recognition. Creativity becomes a means of connection. Historically, Pelican Bay's SHU holds individuals validated as gang affiliates under California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation policies. Validation often relies on confidential informants, possession of drawings or symbols, and associations. This creates another layer of tension. Art itself can be interpreted as evidence of gang activity. As a result, artists walk a narrow line. Cultural symbols can be flagged. Certain imagery can trigger investigation. Artists learn to avoid explicit references. They rely on subtlety. This further shapes the aesthetic of SHU artwork. It becomes dense, symbolic, and indirect. Despite isolation, artistic standards develop. Quality is recognized. Techniques spread. One artist's style influences another. This happens without direct instruction. Works are observed as they circulate. Innovation occurs through observation and repetition. The economy also reflects inequality. Not all inmates have equal access to materials or outside support. Those with family resources can acquire supplies more easily. Those without must rely on trade or improvisation. Skill can offset this imbalance, but not erase it. Over time, some artists become known beyond the SHU. Their work appears in reports, exhibitions, or publications about solitary confinement. This visibility is unintended by the system. The SHU produces documentation of itself through the hands of those it confines. Administrators argue that solitary confinement is necessary for safety and control. The artwork economy complicates that argument. It demonstrates adaptation. It shows that even extreme isolation does not eliminate social exchange. It alters its form. From a policy perspective, the art raises questions. Is it contraband or expression? Is it a security risk or evidence of resilience? Responses vary. There is no consistent answer. For the inmates, the answer is practical. Art has value. It can be traded. It can reach the outside. It can remind others that the person exists. In a system built to erase individuality, that reminder matters. The SHU artwork economy does not overturn solitary confinement. It does not dismantle the structure. It operates within it. Quietly. Persistently. It turns time and skill into currency. As reforms reduce the use of long-term solitary confinement in California, the SHU population declines. Yet the legacy remains. The artwork survives in collections, archives, and personal holdings. It documents a period when creativity functioned as survival. The system intended silence. It produced images instead. The contradiction remains unresolved. If you think this story was intense, the next one will leave you speechless. Subscribe for more true crime stories that'll keep you on the edge of your seat.